Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you are an old friend, then welcome back. So, I got all the lights off because it's early again. And I just kind of feel like, to be honest, I don't even really feel like doing a read, but I feel like I'm awake for a reason, and the reason is, it's when it's peaceful, it's quiet, there's less interruptions, the energy is, like more able to come through, and the fact that I don't really have anything to speak on already, I just feel like maybe there's something to that, like Spirit just kind of wants me to, like, go with the flow, and like just read the energy, whatever comes out as it comes out. So that's what we're gonna do. 111 on the clock. New beginnings for all. Okay, I'll start with these. All right, so I was kind of guided recently to get this deck out, which is actually this deck. And it's really supposed to be like a tool to help people with like mental health issues and like autism or like on the spectrum, like Asperger's type stuff. Or even like children, you know what I mean? But I have actually found them to be quite great for the purposes of, tarot. There's some really good stuff in there. So anyway, I am going to start pulling cards. Oh, I guess, I think maybe I'll wait till the end and then I'll pull the zodiacs and see. We have King. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it says mental rehearsal. I'm sorry if it's dark, I hope that you can still see. It's showing up fine in the video for me. Anyway, mental rehearsal, planning ahead, can help you overcome social anxiety. Picture yourself at the event that makes you nervous. List your fears and worries. Come up with a calming phrase to say to yourself, I will get through this. Okay. So we have a king. So it's like a male energy, okay? Who has anxiety and fear and worry about something that they're going through. And what I'm getting from this too is that maybe this king would normally have people to fall back on, to rely on, to distract himself with. But that's not the case. That this time, they're all alone with this and in this, and they've got to get through it all by themselves. It's very grown up. And I'm getting that this is a king that, usually acts more like a child. And that for whatever reason in this situation, they can't do that. Not anymore. It's like God is telling this king, it's time to grow up. It's time to face your fears on your own. Tell me more. Joker. Yeah, this king is more like a Joker, okay? Like, I'm not getting class clown, but more like mischievous, okay? Especially in love. So it's like this king, maybe like a King of Wands in reverse, where they like to spread it around. They like to play games with people's hearts. They think it's funny. And somebody got hurt. And, you know, I think in the past, when they played games with people's hearts, you know, they did it over and over and over again, right? There's like 4 different hearts here, so at least 4 times that they have played with some woman's heart, or, you know, man, whatever. But they, this time, it's like they fucked around and found out. This time, they're the ones that got hurt. It's like playing Russian roulette. Only they didn't realize that that's what they were playing. Because before, they always came out on top. Oh yeah, look at that. 4. Number of stability and reality check. So it's like they were living in this delusional bubble of their life and their own idea of themselves, of, you know, of life in general, of, you know, of what is good and what is bad. And there, you know, it didn't jive with reality. The life that they had created and were living for themselves was not, you know, it's like they were living in such a way with complete and utter total disregard for the consequences of their actions. And is it Newton, that you know, Newton's law, where like every action has a reaction. You know what I mean? Like, we already know this, the laws of the universe. This is physics, you know what I mean? And it applies to every aspect of life, even spiritually. For every action, there is like an equal and opposite reaction. You can send shock waves of energy by doing or not doing, saying or not saying, thinking or not thinking, feeling or not feeling. And it's like the universe has given this king a reality check, because what they were doing was so far outside the bounds of natural law, of everything that is, you know, that is good, that makes sense. You know, it was just senseless. The things that this king did. And sadly, I'm getting that they planned a lot of these actions that they took in order to get a negative reaction out of somebody else. They thought it was fun to be able to have that kind of power and control over someone else, to be their puppet master. Could be a King of Swords in reverse. That's very much in line with this energy. And we have 6. Name it to tame it. So 6 is about balance, and so taming it. So now okay, I'm getting this twofold. This king was trying to tame someone else's wild heart and free spirit. And that's when you're dealing with a true, like, free spirit, that's not possible. Like, it's not in them. God made them to be that way, and you're never going to be able to tame them, and trying is only going to end up hurting you and everyone else, and of course the person that you're trying to tame. But I'm also getting that this king is at the point now where they're trying to balance things out, right? They had gone to extremes in their thoughts, in their delusions, in their behavior, in their actions, and now they're trying to learn to be more stable, to cause less problems for other people, and realizing that when they do that, they're actually helping to cause less problems for themselves. This is something that they never understood before. The give and take, right? The balance of the universe. That what you give, you get back, right? That consequence, the action and reaction. They did not understand that. They had to be shown in order to learn. But that it is possible in this situation here now that this king is actually learning. You know, so they're learning because they messed with the wrong one, right? They tried to play these karmic games with a divine being. Anything else from this deck on this situation? Beautiful, oops, 8 and diamond. Okay, so what I'm getting here is a couple of things. Number 1, 8. The 8 Lionsgate portal, we are still very much in that energy. It is all about like manifesting and creating, not just now, but like for like future, like infinity, like type stuff, right? And diamond, so this person, messed with someone who had already been, tried and tested by God and the universe. They had already been through the fire. They had already been, put to the test. And, been through the process and come out, a diamond. So this is someone who had already learned all of their lessons. Someone who, God holds very, like in high regard, because of all the things that they've been through, and the way that they handled these situations. And also that I'm getting to with the 8, that this was like a soulmate, kind of twin flame that they were supposed to be with, they really messed up. It was a big oops. But I'm also getting that, beautiful oops. It's like it's all for the best, because now this divine being can be set free. And that not only are they going to be set free, but that they're going to end up, blessed even more so than they would have been had this king not done these things to them. And yeah, all right. Okay. Anything else? So we have 9, which is the number of the Most High. It is the Most High number. There is no number above 9. It just goes back to 1. 1 with a 0, but still 1. As an individual, 9 is the most high you can get. And hearts, hate, jealousy, and envy. So worrying about losing something or someone, wanting something that someone has. What do your jealousies tell you about your insecurities? What do your envies tell you about what you value? Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, so it's like, okay, 9. It's like, what can you get out of this lesson? What can you learn from it? That is what makes it a beautiful oops. When you can, oh, well, maybe that's what this, divine being did. Seeing as they're a divine being, it is very likely that, it became like a hidden blessing, because they took the lesson. They asked the right questions, in order to get the best possible outcome for themselves in this situation. They said they took it as an opportunity to learn and grow in themselves, and also in empathy, compassion, and understanding for others. So even despite everything that this king did to this divine being, they still had the love, the compassion, the empathy to try to see where this king was coming from, to understand why they did what they did, and to take it as a learning and growth opportunity, and maybe even try to use it to help this king. Because most people would not have even the thought to do that, let alone the capability. So this is a very highly ranked divine being. And if they weren't when they started out, they sure as shit are now. And maybe that's part of the blessing too. Depending on how long this relationship lasted, maybe this person didn't start out as a divine being, but because of everything that they went through with this king, became that diamond, and that is kind of the silver lining. And yes, this person, jealousy, envy was a factor in why they did what they did. Okay. Tell me about king and mental rehearsal. Okay. 5 of Cups. This king is in deep sorrow and grief, and is learning to forgive themselves and find peace with what they've done. And it does look like what they may have done is they were focused too much on the negative things and not on the positive, because the broken cups, that's what he's looking at. But there's 2 cups standing up right here that he's turned his back to. So it's like, almost like you focused on the negative shit, the sad shit. And that caused you to create more negative, sad shit, right? And it's like, if you could have just turned around and seen these two cups standing up, you may have been happy to see them. And you may have created more happiness. But you chose. It was a choice. You never even bothered to turn around and see the other side of the situation. And 5 is the number of change, right? So, like I said, they're being forced at this point. It's like divine intervention, okay? They misused and abused their free will, their God-given free will, and God can take what God gives. So if God gave you free will, well, God can take it away. And God is only going to allow you to willingly, turn a blind eye for so long, right? At this point, they're being forced to look at both sides of the situation. Tell me about Joker. Queen of Cups reverse. So they may have been dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, right? Past. They may have, gotten this Queen of Cups to a point where they were acting more like a Queen of Cups in reverse, or they just, they pushed this Queen of Cups to the point of having to stop loving them and start loving themselves instead. To take the love that they were giving to this king and pour it into themselves instead. I'm also getting codependency in that this king tried to get this queen to be codependent, or thought that they were. And maybe they were to a certain point, to the point that they were surprised when this queen had the strength to walk away. And I'm also getting, with the Joker and the Four of Hearts, they were trying to make this queen jealous, using other women to make the queen jealous. And all that did was get the queen to see the reality of the situation that they were in. It gave the queen the reality check. Tell me about reality check. Oh, we also have the 5 of Cups as a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as well. So, I'm getting very much that this king tried to avoid any actual feelings and emotions before. Avoided that, actively avoided it. And now they can't escape it. They are in their emotions, like I said, like divine intervention. God will only allow you to do something for so long, and now God has said enough and is forcing this person. Forcing this person to see the cup, feel the cup, and look, it's pouring out all these emotions, just pouring out of this person that they can no longer ignore. It's like, it's like all the shit that they've done God saved it up and is handing it back to them now. Yep. For being a King of Swords in reverse, playing mind games, misuse of power, manipulation, playing games with people's hearts. You know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and for, you know, causing illusions. But not only that, but for allowing themselves to live in an illusion, because God is about truth. And this person didn't just live the lie, they created the lie, and then they lived in it. For who long? For how long? Who knows? You know what I mean? How long did God allow that to go on before they finally said, okay, that's it, 10 of Swords, done. Right? Till God finally said, nope, that's it. You did this to other people. Okay? Now you're going to feel every bit of what you put them through. And they don't even have to do anything. Because you did it to yourself when you did it to them. It's just, you know, God let it go on for maybe even up to 10 years. Clarify, name it, tame it. Name it to tame it, please. Okay, I gotta say it because I'm thinking it, feeling it, and now I gotta say it. So, you know, a while back, I was getting a lot of these karmic, you know, king twin flame reads. And it took a lot to get out of that energy and finally have, like, you know, other stuff to read about, better stuff to speak on. And so the fact that this is back, you know, is a little disappointing, but also I feel like it's necessary, number one, and we are in retrograde, you know, revisiting things from the past, I guess, and having, you know, stuff dredged up so you can deal with it. But also that's what happens when you close out a cycle. So I think that this is a good thing. Because, you know, if this energy is coming back, it may be because, you know, it's like once and for all going to be done with one way or another, in that this king is going to go away and never to be seen or heard from again, or they're going to change their ways, and this entire situation and all of these feelings are never going to be, you know, felt by either party ever again. So you know, there's that. And I'm considering we're at the card of, you know, 6, which is balance. You know, I think that's very much what's happening here. Things are balancing out in that way. Okay, so tell me about name it to tame it, please. So we have the 6 of Swords reverse, which is personal transition, resistance to change, unfinished business, emotional baggage, delayed plans. So yeah, it's like there was unfinished business, but it's getting closed out now. And Judgment reverse. Yeah, this king of whatever, this king, is very much so self-destructive, lacked awareness and ignored the call. But again, you know, that is balancing out at this point in time, or has been balanced out, and now that cycle is ending or closing. Any more for name it to tame it, please? Hermit. Yeah. So, like we said before, divine intervention. This person is being forced by God to do some soul searching, some introspection, some contemplation, wisdom and truth seeking, to gain a conscience, basically. And there's Temperance. So yeah, like I said, things are balancing out in this situation. 8 of Cups, we're still in the eighth month of August. So, like, it's disappointing this person, but like they're realizing that they have to leave the whole situation behind. Those 2 cups that are standing up right there that they completely missed before. Well, now it's actually become 8 cups. They're realizing that it's actually even better than they realized, but that they can't have it. And the Tower. So, yeah, it's like awakening, sudden insight. They have to release it. Divine intervention, all that good stuff. Okay. Give me a beautiful oops. 9 of Pentacles. So like I said before, it's just very much that, like, this probably Queen of Cups found themselves through all of this. The silver lining, basically, is that this Queen of Cups is better off alone. And they know it. Right? And the Most High, right? 9 of Pentacles, Most High. Okay. Queen of Swords in the upright. Yeah. So this Queen of Cups, they had to become versatile. They had to learn how to tap in to other aspects of themselves, that weren't quite as prominent as that heart that they wear on their sleeve type of person that they used to be. They had to become a Queen of Swords. Anything else for beautiful oops? Seven of Swords. This king thought that they were going to get away with something, with betrayal, deception, theft, fraud, acting strategically, fraud. From that fraud, I'm getting that this king was never the person that they portrayed themselves to be to this Queen of Cups. That they pretended to be something they weren't in order to get the Queen of Cups, knowing that the Queen of Cups was already too smart for them, too good for them. But then they deceived themselves by knowing that about this Queen of Cups, and then thinking that they were going to be able to get away with doing what they did to her. Give me a Hey Jealousy. I'm just gonna give it a rest. You know what I mean? Like, give it a rest already. It's like the endless, endless jealousy because this Queen of Cups got out. This Queen of Cups got away from this situation, and the King is even jealous of that. And they're jealous of their mental stability as well. Wow. Just wow. Tell me about the hey jealousy. Okay, so we have another 4. We have the 4 of Cups. So 4, 4. You know, it's like this was all divinely orchestrated. All part of the plan. God knew. God knew. Because they'd done it so many times before. That if they gave this king a cup of divine love, that they would reject it. And so God used that to their advantage to create powerful growth and change in order to create long-term stability. So it's like the tower, you know, in order to get long-term stability, true, real stability, they had to shake things up, tear things down, right? In order to tear down what was false, in order to build upon what was true. Anything else for hate, jealousy, and envy? I'm not doing anything, so that's it. That's the end of the story. All right, I'm gonna get these cards out and see if there's anything that we can get. Tell me about this king. What can you tell me about the king? The king, the Joker king. Who or what is the Joker king? Pisces. Ideals and magnitude, Jupiter. Chance and opportunity. So the king could be a Pisces, or could have been dealing with a Pisces, you know, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But, you know, someone took this opportunity, you know, to learn and grow, to, you know, create new ideas, to create, you know, to learn and grow. That's what Jupiter's all about, growth, magnitude, at a big level. You know, it's a big lesson, and yeah. Anything? Can you tell me about the? Well, I was gonna say, you know, the other party, and just Venus, Love and Beauty came out. So yeah, so like female. This is a story about a man and a woman. About love and beauty, inner beauty, maybe outwardly beauty as well, but that inner beauty is even more important. It's one of the lessons that was learned here, maybe by both parties. And that, you know, the difference between real love and fake love. And that, you know, maybe when you play these kinds of games with people who are playing a game with you, it's all fine and good. But when you come across someone who is truly loving and good and kind, that it hits a little different. Right? That's kind of what I'm getting from this Four of Cups here too. Realizing that, you know, that this fourth cup was actually real and true. But they didn't realize it till they couldn't have it anymore. And maybe part of the reason for that is they didn't deserve it. Okay, so Sagittarius. So this king may be a Sagittarius. The basically very much what I'm getting here is someone's a water sign, someone's a fire sign. Could be Pisces, could be Sagittarius. Put it where it fits, right? Okay, all right. Well, what's that poem about fire and ice? Let me see. I'm gonna read it because I'm feeling led to right now. Let's see, poem, fire and ice. Robert Frost. There it is. Robert Frost. Okay, let me see. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of fate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. So, this Queen of Swords, right? Ice Queen. So it's like this fire sign king messed with the wrong queen. You know, they thought that they were destroying her world, when in reality they destroyed their own. They came up against something, a force of nature. That's what this queen is. And this king had no idea, because it was all divinely orchestrated, to teach this king the lessons that they had been refusing to learn and causing great destruction to many people along the way. All right, well, thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for all the likes, the shares, the subscribes. We're almost to 300, and I feel like that's significant, because 3 is the Trinity, and there's just so much to be said about that for another day. I hope that this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope that, if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time. And if you haven't already, that you will please like, share, and subscribe to the video and or the channel, so that I can see you again.